Donald Trump went off crazier than usual this week when MSNBC host Lawrence O'Donnell decided to criticize Trump and his administration for clearly trying to hide his gigantic, fat, swollen ankles from the public's view. To the point where, during his meeting with Volodymyr Zelensky of Ukraine, Trump intentionally was trying to kind of hide his legs under the chair. And then when they released the official photo from the White House, they actually superimposed an image of Air Force One, I'm not making this up, over Trump's ankles and feet so that you couldn't see them. They put a model of Air Force One in front of his feet, and that's the official photo that the White House released of the meeting, because they don't want people to see his fat, swollen ankles. So Lawrence O'Donnell was mocking that this week, talking about the fact that they actually had Trump sitting behind the Resolute desk during his meeting with the European leaders, so nobody could see his ankles. And this really got under Donald Trump's skin, something fierce. So Trump gets on Truth Social in an all-caps rant and says this about MSNBC. MSNBC is doing so poorly in the ratings that they are looking to change their name in order to get away from the stench of their fake news product. So much fun to watch their weak and ineffective owner, Comcast, headed by dopey Brian Roberts, hopelessly and aimlessly flailing in the wind in an attempt to disassociate itself from the garbage that they created. MSNBC is a failure by any name. Okay, you've got a lot of exclamation points all throughout this, like 1, 2, 3, 4. You say it's so much fun, yet you're clearly pissed off at them. You're not having fun. You don't go on an all caps rant when you're having fun unless it's like, holy crap, just rode Velocicoaster at Universal Orlando, badass. That's not what this is. This is you being furious that MSNBC hosts like Lawrence O'Donnell are still talking about the fact that you and your administration are very clearly trying to cover up some very serious health issues. First and foremost, we never got answers about the bruises on your hand. That was clearly from an IV on somebody, in somebody who's on blood thinners. That's what that is. Anybody who has ever administered or seen somebody with an IV who's also on blood thinners knows that bruise like the back of their hand, because that's what it does. Meanwhile, with these swollen ankles, your White House insisted you were totally healthy, in perfect health, they said. However, I would venture to guess that a man who's unable to get the blood to pump from his feet to his heart, that doesn't sound healthy. That actually sounds like how you get tissue death. When you have areas of your body where blood is not properly circulating, that causes tissue death and necrosis. So that's not perfectly healthy. Not to mention, cardiologists have pointed out, like, yes, that is a condition, but most of the time, if not almost all the time, it's a condition that's caused by another more serious condition in the heart. So your administration is covering it up. Quite literally, you covered it up with a picture of Air Force One so nobody could see it. And all the ranting, all the caps lock on Truth Social is not going to change that. You're hiding something, just like the Biden administration was accused of by Republicans for years, of hiding Joe Biden's cognitive decline. Your White House is doing 10 times worse than that, because not only are they covering up your own cognitive decline, but they're also covering up some pretty serious health conditions in the most hilarious ways possible. Thanks for watching, everyone. You know, we're inching closer and closer to 1 million subscribers, and we're aiming to hit that goal before the year closes. So if you aren't subscribed to the channel, please do so, and don't forget to like, comment, and share. Thanks for joining us as we head towards this huge milestone.